Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrea and I am so happy to have you here for part 2 of my craft room organization series. In part 1, I shared the absolute chaos that was my craft room. We cleared it all out and started from zero. Today I'm going to be organizing all of my Cricut machines and Cricut supplies, including cardstock and vinyl. So let's get started. I got this 4-tier rolling cart from Michaels. I thought it would be perfect to put my Cricut machines and all of my heat presses on it. I'm starting by taking everything out of the box. This was super easy to put together. I just had to screw all of the posts together, attach all the wheels to the bottom, then add on the flat wood pieces to each tier. This is how I ended up setting up my 4-tiered cart. I have my Cricut Explore Air 2 on the top level, my Cricut Maker on the next level, my Cricut Easy Press and Easy Press Mini on the 3rd level, and then on the bottom I have my printer. I love that this cart is on wheels because then when I'm using the Cricut and need it to be pulled further away from the wall so there's room for the mat in the back, I can pull the cart forwards and have the machine work perfectly. I got one of these modular panel cubes from Michaels. This one comes with 5 of these panel shelves. I did also buy a pack with 5 more shelves, which I'll show you in a little bit here. But right now I'm taking all of the pieces out of the box, then screwing it all together. Now in the photo and in the instructions, it tells you to slide these shelves in facing the other way so that semicircle indent is facing out. But I didn't really like how that looked and I felt like that wasn't working for me. So I turned it around so all of my shelves have the flat part facing out. This is the other pack of just the shelves that I bought from Michaels. I'm sliding these into all of the empty slots. Now it's time to start organizing my cardstock. I did go through a few different variations of setups for this, but in general, I organized all of the cardstock sheets based on color. My initial idea was to have each color family be on a different shelf, starting with red on the top, then moving to orange for the next shelf, etc. And this is what I did at first with all of the colors. You can see me showing the pinks, the purples, the blues, the greens, everything, and putting them all on their own shelf. But I didn't want to just put cardstock on this shelf. I also wanted to use it to organize construction paper. And I'm not sure exactly if this will work out long term, having the cardstock and the construction paper stored in the same place. But we're going to try a bunch of different things and see what sticks. Now you can see I've taken all of the paper out and I'm grouping things together a bit more. So I have the red cardstock and the orange cardstock together. Then the next shelf, I'm putting the purple and the pink together. And some of the colors make more sense together than others, but I tried to keep somewhat of a theme with each other, like all of the different shades of blue, for example, and then ones that maybe aren't exactly the same, but sort of fit together. Now I'm moving on to construction paper. I'm not as worried about keeping the different color families super separated for the construction paper. I'm somewhat going with a rainbow theme from the top to the bottom, grouping different colors together, ending with black. I didn't know what to do with all of my printer paper and white cardstock because there's just so much. It wouldn't fit on one of these little shelves. So for right now, I have them on the side here, and it's not ideal, but it's just what I'm working with right now. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. Next, I'm organizing all of my Cricut vinyl. I got this vinyl organizer from Amazon, and you can see it's double-sided. I did have this all full at one point. I had all of my adhesive vinyl on one side and all of my iron-on vinyl on the other side, and it stayed up on my wall for quite a long time, and then one day it just came crashing down. This time I'm just going to put all of my adhesive vinyl in here, and I'll put my iron-on vinyl somewhere else. I started with black and white at the top, and then I'm going in rainbow color order. Some of the colors I'm combining together, and then some of the smaller rolls that maybe I've used up quite a bit and don't take up a lot of space, I'm doubling them up in each little section. At the bottom, I have some of the holographic shiny vinyl, and then the metallics and a brown at the bottom. This is what all of the adhesive vinyl looks like hanging up on the wall. I really love having all the adhesive vinyl hanging up on the wall. So I bought another one of those vinyl roll organizers from Amazon. I got this one here, and I put all of my iron-on vinyl inside. I did the same kind of color organization with black, then white, then following a bit of a rainbow pattern, ending with all of the holographic vinyl at the bottom. I'm going to hang it on the wall next to my other vinyl. You can see I have a lot more adhesive vinyl than I do iron-on vinyl, so there are a lot of empty spaces on this new vinyl organizer, but I still really like being able to see what I have, and I think having the visual of all of those colors will definitely help with creativity and also prevent buying duplicates of things I already have. I also think having all of this vinyl hanging on the wall adds so much fun color to this space. I love how this little corner turned out. The next part of my Cricut organization is organizing all of my Cricut tools. I had got this pegboard behind me from Ikea specifically for that purpose of organizing all the tools, and it has worked really well, and I've loved having it there, but it is definitely time to reorganize a few things that haven't been working as well and try to figure out a bit of a better system. I currently have some spray paint up on this shelf here, and I used to have a bunch of acrylic paint here too that I have taken down to organize somewhere else. Then I have all of these hooks that I have various tools on, like my brayer tool, the weeder tools, tweezers, the scrapers, all that kind of thing. And then I also have a pair of scissors. And on one of the hooks, I have all of my Cricut mats, including my cutting mat. Then over here, I have this Cricut ruler along with a regular ruler and another scraper tool. Just from using this so much and taking the tools on and off, it's definitely gotten a little bit disorganized, especially the mats. I find it difficult to find what I'm looking for. Starting with this shelf up here where I currently have some spray paint, I'm taking all of these down. I used to use spray paint quite a bit in my DIYs, but I don't really find that I use it anymore. So they definitely don't need to be on display on my pegboard. And I might even end up getting rid of most of the spray paint. I'm taking this shelf down. I think I'm gonna take all of the hooks and the shelves and the cup down just to start fresh. The next shelf is a prime example how easily things can get disorganized. Not too long ago, I took all of the acrylic paints off of this shelf, and now already we have an assortment of things on there. A pair of scissors, a scraper tool, a rotary cutter, and a ruler. This little cup I have up here on the pegboard is really cute, but I find it doesn't work super well for me, especially having it up high like this. It's obviously hard for me to see what's inside. In here I have a scraper tool, a weeder, 2 weeders, a Cricut pen, tweezers, and this Cricut multi-use tool that has all of these little attachments. Like I showed before, all of my Cricut mats have ended up on the same hook, which is really not ideal when you're trying to do a project and looking for a certain mat. I find it really annoying. So I'm going to take them all off. What I really need to do is clean all of my mats because most of them are not sticky at all anymore and don't even have the plastic attached, though I do have all of the plastic pieces on this hook somewhere. Does anyone else find cleaning Cricut mats super tedious and time consuming? I know it's not that bad, but it's one of those tasks that I just can never seem to get around to. Now I'm going to take all of these little hooks off the pegboard. The Cricut mats are obviously the biggest thing that I want to be hanging off the pegboard, so I'm going to start there. I have 2 of these big 12 by 24 inch mats, and I want to hang these on here, and I don't want them going too low, I don't think, but I also don't want them taking up the whole pegboard, obviously. I'm going to try right here. I'm hanging my second long mat over top. I have 4 of these 12 by 12 standard grip green mats. And since these are the ones I use the most, I definitely want to have them accessible. And I'm thinking because the longer mats are also the standard grip, it makes sense to group those together. So I'm going to put these 12 by 12 mats on the same hook as the 12 by 24 inch. I'm going to put all the rest of my Cricut mats on the other hook, and these are the ones that I don't necessarily use as often, so I think it'll be okay to have them grouped together even though there are a few different kinds. Starting with my Cricut card mat. I currently don't use this one very often, though I would love to make more cards. But for right now, I'm going to put this one at the back. Next, I have my pink fabric mat, the purple strong grip mat, and 2 blue light grip mats. Finally, I have my cutting mat, which I use fairly often. So I'm going to hang that one in front of the other mats. Now it's time to hang up all the Cricut tools. I'm going to move this one up. Then take this hook here. Then hang my rotary cutter there. I'm going to use this box for all of my scissors because then I'm not looking for things that are hiding down here. I can just see the scissors poking out, which maybe is nice. Let's see how it looks there. I have my Fiskars fabric scissors, these craft scissors, these Cricut scissors, then my tweezers. I'm feeling like this part is really heavy. I like how that is. And then these ones just feel like they're kind of floating away over there. I wonder if I swap these two because this one's longer, if that will help. Those are all the hooks I have from Ikea right now. I have a lot more tools, as you saw, but a lot of them are duplicates. I have another one of these small scraper tools. I have another weeder tool and 2 more scraper tools. I also have these tweezers, which maybe I'll hang on the same hook as my reverse tweezers. I think for the extra tools and my rulers, I'm going to store those somewhere else. I probably don't even need all of these extra Cricut tools, but I definitely don't need them out on display on the pegboard. I think it would be nice to have one of my rulers hanging from there, So I might get another hook to do that. Otherwise, I think this pegboard setup is going to be very functional. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had so much fun organizing all of my Cricut supplies with you. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.